Well, you ready for Sunday? Of course, the big game right around the corner. The game will kick off in Atlanta, Georgia this coming Sunday, 6:30. Likely will be one of the most watched television events of the new year. If last year is any indication, the Super Bowl last year between the Eagles and the Patriots, 100 million people tuned in, and it was one of the most, if not the most, watched program for 2018. So big numbers expected again in 2019. My guest on the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline is with Amazon, and he's here to talk about Fire TV and the Amazon App Store, and there's more than one way to watch one of the biggest televised events of the entire year. Oliver, good morning. Welcome to WCTC. How you doing today?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Oh, great. Anytime. So are you in Atlanta today, Oliver?
I am not, unfortunately, in Atlanta. I'm actually in Seattle. So I'm just, I think like you guys, I'm trying to stay warm, stay out of the rain. So
Gotcha. Okay. So there's other ways to watch this game coming up on Sunday as opposed to traditional television?
Absolutely. So as you alluded to, it's going to be one of the biggest events of the year. The Super Bowl always gets so much attention. And this year we're actually expecting it to be the most streamed Super Bowl ever. So if you're not a traditional cable subscriber, there's a ton of great ways to watch the game, whether that's on your cell phone, on your tablet, or on a Fire TV device. There's just so many different ways to do it. And one of the best ways to do that this year is via either the CBS All Access app or the CBS Sports app. And those are both going to be available on Fire TV. And the CBS Sports app is actually going to be free this year. So anyone can watch it. All they have to do is download the app, and they'll be able to watch the game on Sunday.
Are there different options when you watch as opposed to traditional broadcast or traditional cable television, Oliver, when you watch through one of these services that you talked about?
So the CBS Sports app, you're just going to get the live feed that you would get via traditional cable. I think the biggest thing is it's just going to be free this year. So if you're not, one of the people who subscribes to cable, it's a great alternative, and it's available to anyone to watch anywhere really. So if you're out and about, you won't miss a second.
Gotcha. And it seems like these services, Oliver, when you these streaming TV services and watching things on apps, this has been a game changer when it comes to determining just the size of an audience. It's something that you sort of wrestle with where, okay, how many people are watching on TV? How many people are watching on an app? How many people are streaming this? And do you have a better feel for how many people are watching an event when you do it this way?
Yeah, I think it's still something that the industry is trying to figure out. I think the number last year was that out of the more than 100 million that you mentioned earlier, I think the number was about 3 million that streamed the game last year, and they're fully anticipating to sort of blow that out of the water. And I think it'll be interesting to see as this trend sort of continues and as cord cutting becomes more of a well-known thing, just kind of how those metrics continue to evolve. Because especially with something like the Super Bowl, where there's so much focus on ad revenue and all these different things, it's definitely going to be interesting to see where it goes. But we're expecting this to definitely be one of the biggest years ever. So it'll be interesting to see where the numbers net out come Sunday evening.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be the case. Do these other services here, when you talk about Fire and some of these other options here, does this allow for a larger, maybe international audience, Oliver, or maybe people can't get United States television, that now they have these sort of online or digital apps available to them where they can watch the event from wherever they happen to be on Earth?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to, we sell Fire TVs around the world. I think it's just going to depend on where you are and who the streaming sort of partner is in that country and what's available. I know here in the U.S. it's obviously CBS, so you can watch through those apps. But there's also a ton of other different apps you can watch through, whether that's Sling TV or PlayStation View or Hulu Live, whatever sort of subscription model you're most interested in. Mm-hmm. There's a ton of great deals out there. You can usually do a 7-day trial. So if you signed up now, you could test it out for a week, watch the big game on Sunday. And if it's something you're super interested in, you can sort of keep going after that.
That's cool. What a neat way to do it. And I'm constantly reminding my audience, Oliver, that you can get my radio station in this show if you have an Alexa device. There's a little bit of an enable process, and then every day you say, Alexa, open CTC, and you get the digital sort of web stream of this radio station on these Alexa devices, which I think is just the coolest thing ever. What will Alexa be doing on Super Bowl Sunday? Anything crazy I could ask Alexa about the game?
Yeah, so first of all, super glad to hear that your show is streamed on our Echo devices. That's awesome. Alexa's come a long way, especially in regards to sports. And there's a bunch of cool things you can do this year, whether you are just looking to brush up on your Super Bowl knowledge to impress your friends, or, if you're looking to do something a little more fun. She's got a ton of great jokes I'm a Seahawks fan as I'm from Seattle, so
Okay.
I like some Tom Brady trash talks. He's got a few good Tom Brady jokes in there as well.
I'll have to ask. I'm a Jets fan, so I'm all about that then.
I mean, I can demo one for you if you want to hear it.
I would love to. Sure. You have
All
one.
right.
You have something handy? Go ahead.
Yep. Computer, tell me a Tom Brady joke.
How many Tom Bradys does it take to change a light bulb? Just one, but he needs Alex Guerrero to coach him through it.
Wow.
There-
That's
yeah.
That's just the start of it, huh? Well,
Yeah,
that's great.
She's got some pretty savage ones in there. So
Oh, that's wonderful.
it's a good time for sure.
That's really great. They have Maroon 5 gets a little bit slow. You could try some Alexa jokes or something at halftime there. That's very cool.
Absolutely.
If someone's hosting a party, Oliver, how about some tips to make that viewing experience as great as it could be? With these TVs, do you have to be like sitting directly in front of it? Can you watch pretty well from sort of a peripheral angle on these TVs?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to vary just depending on what your setup is. If you've got, a nice Samsung or whatever your TV is, it's going to look great from wherever. Fire TV is easy because it plugs into the back of your TV and it sort of enhances your existing setup. So, if you go and you buy a Fire TV, you just plug it into the HDMI port, you download that CBS app or any of the other ones I mentioned earlier, and you're off and running. It's going to be super easy. You could get up and running in under 10 minutes if you wanted to.
All right, really cool stuff. Where can people go online to get some more information about all this Amazon Fire TV and about Alexa?
Absolutely. So, obviously just go to Amazon.com/Fire TV, and you can get all the Fire TV information. If you just go to Amazon.com, feel free to peruse around. There's going to be a ton of great deals on both Fire TV devices, Echo devices, and then, of course, if you're looking to upgrade a TV or something like that, there'll be a ton of great deals as well on those.
All right, cool. We'll be sure to take a look for that. Oliver McIntosh, thank you for the time. At least in your lifetime, you saw your football team win a Super Bowl. I did. I was less than a year old when the Jets won theirs, so I have no idea what it's like, but at least you got to see the Seahawks, and they won the Super Bowl in New Jersey, of all places, when they won.
That they did. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. I never thought I'd see the day for the Seahawks, and then, it came out of nowhere, so I'll keep believing for you.
I appreciate it, Oliver. Thanks for the time, and enjoy the game on Sunday, all right?
All right, you too.